Hey, I told you I also polish metal, and right now I am doing some wheels for a Dodge pickup. So I was just gonna kind of show you all my trailer. Not super crazy. It's 7 by 14 V-nose, and I converted this thing to just kind of have myself a hangout area. I do have a TV, but it only really works when I've got it plugged up with the Google whatever little thing you plug in to make it a smart TV. And we got over here. So this is kind of where all the polishing happens. Just kind of have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And right now I'm working on this Dodge wheel, and I think when I'm done, should look a lot like that. So I'll try and remember to get a video at the end, or at least put a picture up after I get the whole wheel polished. So hoping to figure out a way that I can get a GoPro in here and actually film, so I can kind of show how I do it. There's a lot of new people coming into this whole polishing career, and they hear one thing, run with it, and it's totally poor advice. So I'm going to show you what I do, show you before, during, and the after result, and then you can go from there. So okay, so this wheel's already been sanded. I went over it with the buffing wheel, which is this, and tried to get all of that out. It was quite a pain in the ass, but I did get it. I had to do a little bit of sanding by hand. Then afterwards, I just decided to DA the whole wheel with 320, just to make sure that I got everything hit with 320, since that's just a different style of sanding. But step not needed. Since I decided to use the DA, I went to 400, and then this is where I'm at after I sanded the barrel using this technique. And let me flip over and I'll show you. So that's the wheel. This has all been hit at 320, and I put the Sharpie markers on there. That way I can just make sure when I'm using this thing, I'm getting every bit of this sanded. And when those lines are completely gone, and I mean completely, because like they'll be shit, I'll go over it and I'll take a video of that. Actually, let's do it real fast. Hold on. Here we are, 400 grit. I'll show it because I know there's going to be a bunch of people that make a big deal about it. Oh my gosh, this is way more difficult. 400. All right, let's do it. All right, so you see how you can just kind of see it? That means the marks aren't gone there. Just where that dark line stops, it's gone after that. So that's all sanded properly. All the 320s out, 400s taken over. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this thing, and then I'm just going to probably bring you back after I've done 600 and the whole thing's ready to start polishing, and then I'll go into that. I just do it on all the basically all the planes. So bam, so it gets me there. So everything cuts over, it all cuts in front. That was 400, so let's... There we go. And mark myself. Alright, let's do this. All right, well, overall, I think that's coming out pretty nice. I'm going to go ahead and actually, we're going to do a top side because that's strictly 320, and let me get a new sheet. And then we're going to do this so you guys can watch. 600 coming off. 600 going on. Let's try it. Okay, so I lied. I'm not going to do 400 on this. I'm going to do 600 on the back wall and then come back through and do the barrel. 400 is just taking this off super easy, so I'm going to try and save a step for myself, and we're going to see what it looks like. So I'm going to throw some 600 on, and then I'll do the whole thing so you can see that it's 600 going on a 320 DA. So hold on 1 second. All right, let's try it this way. Nope. Let's try it this way. So, 600. Ready to go. All right, where are we at? All right, so I'm gonna come back the other side and show you the 600 go. I just do it on all the basically all the planes. So, bam, so it gets me there. So everything cuts over, it all cuts in front. That was 400, so let's... There we go. And mark myself. All right, let's do this. All right, well, overall, I think that's coming out pretty nice. I'm going to go ahead and actually, we're going to do a top side because that's strictly 320, and let me get a new sheet. And then we're going to do this so you guys can watch. 600 coming off. 600 going on. Let's try it. So there it is, 320 DA. You can take out 600, or you can, with a 600 grit on a DA, you can take out 320. So for you guys that are really just like trying to be go-getters, you don't need to be. You can still do 320, 600. You might use a third more on 600, but overall, you're going to be cutting your time down. So I would say you can keep skipping 320 to 600. Use the marker method. You'll start seeing how long it actually takes And then once you're good and you're not using the marker, maybe you're doing a little less marks just to be sure. And then you're doing like some of the guys like myself and the guys have been doing this for a couple of years are just kind of going by feel. And then now you're getting a nice smooth finish. After 600 grit, that polish just, or the cut wheel just cuts right through it. So I'm gonna try and get my phone set up so I can video the actual polishing. I might try and get my wife out here to help, so we'll see. But I want to get some of the actual polishing done on camera so you can see that it's done at 600. I don't even buy 800 anymore. And then we're going to go from there. So I'm going to finish this, and then when we get back, I'll be ready to polish. These right here are the three rings to success. So outer one, obviously, for your outer barrel, or your biggest side, that's where you got to get your most feedback into the wheel, therefore throwing the most sun into the wheel to rotate, or I'm sorry, not rotate, but jump around and just make this thing just look blinging. This part right here at the lip where it starts to roll up, you have to normally, I'm sure other people can't, but I do two different ways. I roll at it flat this way, and then I come back and cut upside down that way. So that's just a me thing, but I like it that way. And then the center of this ring seems to always be a low spot for some reason. And so I just try and run it down the center, because if I'm hitting that, I'm getting the whole thing. And then the lip normally goes pretty well with the overhand cut when I'm getting the top side of this line. So 600 coming out great. I think this whole wheel is going from 320 to 600. It's taking like 10 minutes, and that's because I'm trying to also film in between. I think I could probably do the whole wheel in 10 minutes instead of 20 for filming. So awesome. Come back, she's ready to go. Okay, so apparently not 68 degrees in here. My GoPro got a little hot and it shut off. Thankfully it was right after I finished. So second step's done. If I was only doing a cut in a color, I might skip this step and go to the color wheel. This one's getting a, we're gonna do the full 4-step on this one, just because it's nice and easy. Gives a great finish. And honestly, I mean, it only adds like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so to your whole overall piece. But you know, when time is money, and you know they just want it shiny, that's great. But these are going back on a truck. You know, I don't know if it's a work truck or not, but they're pickup wheels. Normally these get a little bit better attention. So yeah, here is the wheel. Let's see if I can. Alright, so I don't know what that does. Here it is after pass 2. Got a little bit of marking in there, and I have to pull it out with the next pass, but overall coming out great. See the reflection of that ring light in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the next one, and then probably just come around after it's done. All right, here it is after the flannel pass. I'm about to lube it up with some Pro 40. Gonna let it sit on there and dry for just a few, basically while I'm putting it on, and then take it all off, make my fluffy pad, and you're ready to go. Woo! All right, there it is. She's done. Don't forget, under LED, you're always gonna get a little bit of shining back in your hash. So don't fret about it. If it looks even decent under LED, it's gonna look great in the sun.